So let's start working now. Alright, so now we have another problem that we need to solve. Are you with me? Great! Now let's go to our problem number 9. Miss Ava Darren is taking her medicine strictly and daily. She must follow the rules of the dosage for every of the medicines that she bought. Ayan. Alam mo yung mga medicines na binili mo sa mga grocery store, sa drugstore? May dosage yun. A dosage to tell how much and how often you must take the medicine. Tama? Kaya that's the meaning of the dosage rule. Tama? Like for example, when you take Sinovac, your dosage is after 3 to 4 hours. Yung mga ganon, di ba? Kaya that's the meaning of dosage. Dosage and administration. It tells how long and how often you must be taking the medicine. Kaya that's exactly what I mean for that matter. Alright? So, the average of the dosage on when to take it is after this specific time or hours. So, here is the time. Like for example, after 3.5 hours, after 4 hours, based on the dosage time, she's getting the average dosage on when to take it after how many hours. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga medicines na kinuha niya, she's going to compute for the sample mean of how much is the average dosage. So, here are the possible dosages, like after 3.5 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours, 5.5 hours, 5.8 hours, 6 hours, 6.6 hours, 7.5 hours, 8 hours, and 8.3 hours. And after she had bought all her medicines behind the counter, ibig sabihin, binili siya na yung mga medicines sa drugstore. There are 165 possible combinations obtained. Now class, for this problem, what do we do here? Madali lang yan. Do you still remember the procedure? First, for the sake of the population mean, mabilis lang yun. Diba? Remember, for the population mean, we just get the average of all the numbers found. So you have 3.5, 4, 4.5, my comma, my dot, so don't get baffled. 5, 5.4, 5.8, 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. And how many numbers is that? Let's count. So we have here 3.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11 choices. Pero sabi dito, there are 165 possible combinations obtained. So what does that mean? Ibig sabihin, we are going to look for the letter R. Kasi nga, it tells how many medicines she will buy. So nana mo talaga yung formula, di ba? So the formula once again goes like this. 11 factorial, 11 minus R factorial times R factorial equals 165. Tama? Now, all we have to do is to solve for the population mean, to solve for the R. So now what do we do first? First, we bring the 11 times minus R factorial. Be very careful what you're doing. You're gonna destroy your laptop, alright? Next time you put the phone down and play music first before you do that, okay? See nga, so now we have 11. So therefore, it goes like this. 11 factorial times 165. Then, di ba remember, on the right side, we multiply that by 11 minus R factorial times the R factorial. Tama? And now, what do we do to the 165? The 165 must be brought down to the 111 factorial. So, it should look like something like this. So, this 11 factorial, 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is divided by 165. Tama? Why do we do that? Kasi nga our goal is to remove the denominator. Kailangan dapat tayo i-alis naman yung denominator para we can already solve for the r's very easily. And in short, it would be 11 factorial divided by 165 is equivalent to 11 minus r factorial times r factorial. Tama? Now, if we look here, we need to look for two numbers that multiply to give me 165. And here are those numbers. 5 and 165 divide out. Because 165 divided by 5 is, yan. Sixteen minus 5 is 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. Then we have 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So therefore, we still have 33. So therefore, it's 33 na lang. Now, what numbers can divide to 33? We have 11 and 3. So therefore, they cancel out. Now, let's rewrite the factors again. So now you have 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 4 times 2. Tama? Now, remember, just what I said, it has to match with the 11 minus r factorial times r factorial. So, kailangan dapat, di ba remember sabi ko sa'yo, kailangan dapat nakamatch. The r factorials must match. Such that, di ba remember just what I told you, it has to be in that manner. First, let's factor out what we've known. Can 10 be factored out? Yes. 10 can be factored out into 5 and 2. While 9 can be factored out into 3 times 3. Now, let's rewrite. So, 8 times 7 times 6. This one is gone. Now, we have 8 times 7 times 6. And then we have 5. 5 is now cancelled. Then we have 4. Then times 3. Tama? Then times 2. And we still have 3 times 2. So, therefore, this can become, r can become 8. Or r can become 3. So, there. We got the right answer. Wait, that's not it yet. Let's double check. So now let's double check our answer. So again, we have 11 factorial, 11 minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. Of course, 11 minus 3 factorial will become 8 factorial. 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 factorial. 8 factorials, they cancel out. 3 times 2 times 1. 3 and 9 through 3, 2 and 10, 5. So 5 times 3 makes 11. 5 times 3 makes 15. 15 times 11 is 165. So therefore, that is the correct answer. So therefore, r is equivalent to 8 or r is equivalent to 3. Now, looking at my solution sheet in the laptop, ito na yun. Okay, so there's the solution sheet as you can see here. So we list down all the possible combinations. 11C3 is equivalent to 165. So we have 11 factorial divided by 11 minus r factorial is times r factorial to give me 165. So what I did here, I bring the denominator upstairs. So 11 factorial times is equivalent to 165 times 11 minus r factorial times the r factorial. Then then divide by 165, it goes like this now. Diba? Then we write 11 factorial in expanded form. Tama? And then we remove 11, 5, and 3. Just like what I did there to make 165. Because 165 divided by 11 is 15. And 5 times 3 makes 11. Tama? Now, what we do now is this. We factor out 2 times 10 and 9. 10 becomes 5 times 2, while 9 becomes 3 times 3. Then we arrange the factors in descending order. And the reason why we are doing this, it's because we want to know if r is correct. Diba? So 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, and 3 times 2. So therefore, r is 8 and r is 3. That is correct. Now let's verify. If combination 11, 8 is equivalent to 165, correct and try again. We got the right answer. So therefore, that is correct. So therefore, there are 3 samples that Miss Ava Dan will obtain. Alright? Now let's solve for the variance. Remember, the population mean is just very simple. Just get the average and we get 5.87272727. Tama? Now we get the population variance. To get the population variance, mabilis lang yun. Diba? Remember, you already know the steps, diba? So we have 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.4, 5.8, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. Then we get the average so that, yun nga, we get the average of all the numbers to get the mean. Tama? And then after that, we are going to subtract. So therefore, 3.5 minus the average. And then we get this, di ba? Then we do it for the rest. That's why naka-dollar sign, di ba? Because I dollar sign this guy. Then we take the square root. We square the numbers, di ba? And then we sum everything. We get the average to get the variance, di ba? And our variance is 2.32. While the standard deviation is 1.53. 1.52. If we can just take the square root of our variance. Here, I did the formula na patuloy-tuloy. Yan, di ba? And that's exactly what I got here. 2.33 and 1.52. That's it. Now we've already solved for the population variance and the population standard deviation. Now, let's list down all the possible samples. Just I want to mention, ang mga possible samples na kailangan tayo obtain ay 165. So again, you know already the pattern. Diba? Remember the pattern goes like this. So pattern goes like this, diba? So when we list down all the possible samples, we have I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Tama? So therefore, you know already the pattern. So let's write down the pattern para hindi tayo malilimutin. So now you list down all the possible factors of 11. So do you remember what were those numbers? The numbers were 3.5. We have 3.5, diba? Was 3.5 in our list? Yes, so 3.5. 4. What else were the numbers there? 4.5, 5, 5.4, 5.8, 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. Tama? Yan, di ba? Now, all we have to do is to highlight. Di ba? Remember, we have this, di ba? First, we highlight the 3. And then, we encircle down the, how many do we encircle? We encircled 8, di ba? So, 8 possible combinations for the first, di ba? And then, the pattern still continues. 3.5, 4, then we have 5, then we have 7. So, 7, di ba? And then, what's next? 3.5, 5, 4, and then 5.4, then we have 6. Then then we have 3.5, 4, 5.8, 5. Di ba? 3, 4, 6, 4. Di ba? Then 3.5, 4, 6.6, tatlo. 3.5, 4, 7.5, dalawa, di ba? Wait, tama ba? Yeah, 2 more choices pala. Wait, tama. I was wrong. Kasi po, that's supposed to be 9. Kasi po, di ba, remember 8C3, di ba? So, that's supposed to be 9. So, 9, tapos this one becomes 8. This is 7, 6, 5, yung 6. 6.6 is 4. Tapos, 7.5 is 3. Then, 3.5, 4, 8, dalawa. Tapos, wait lang ha. This is not the right one. Kasi, let's write it again. Let's write it again. Kasi po, di ba, remember, that's 3.5, di ba? 3.5, 4.5, and then we have 5, di ba? So, therefore, this is the first. So, this one is 9. This is 8. Then, 7. Tapos, this is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Tama? Kasi po, di ba, remember, this is the 9. There are 9 choices here. And then if it goes down to 8, there's only 1 choice. So, therefore, we add 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2, 1. Therefore, we have 45 combinations. Tama? So, 45 para to. And then after that, when we're already done with the first, we're already done with 3.5, now we go to 4. Then 4.5, then 5.4, then 5.8, then 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. Now, we highlight 2 because remember 3 minus 1, remember we're selecting 3. So therefore, we're gonna encircle 2, di ba? Highlight 2 and then we encircle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tama ba? . 1, Yan. So that becomes 8. So therefore, we have 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And that equals 36. So now we have 45 plus 36. And 45 plus 36 equals, this is 81. Tama? Now we're already done with the number 4. So now we're down to 4.5. So we have 4.5, then 5, and then 5.4, then 5.8, then 6, then 6.6, then 7.5, then 8, then 8.3. So we have 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 na lang. So now we have 7 pattern. 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So that becomes 28. So add 28 becomes 109. Tama? But we're still not yet done. We still need to get how many more? So now let's go now to 5. So you have 5.4, 5.8, 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. So we highlight these, and then we encircle the choices here. Then when we're already done, we go here to 5.8 and his 1. So we start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 possible choices. After the 6 choices has been done, so 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 to give me 21. So that's 130. Tama? And now we still need how many more? 25. Mabilis lang to. So now we have 5.4, 5.8, 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. Now we highlight 2 and then we highlight 5. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So that's 15. 15! Diba? So that becomes 145. So 20 na lang. Now let's go to 5.8. 5.8, 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. Highlight the 2, then encircle the 4. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So therefore, that's 10. 155. Tama? So now, what's kulang? 10 more na lang. Mabilis lang to. Kasi ba we have 6, 6.6, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. So now, you already know the mechanics. So there are only 3 na lang. 3 plus 2 plus 1. Then, we have 6.6, 7.5, 8 lang ha, 7.5, 8, and 8.3. So, how many stats na lang? Diba? Highlight the 2, encircle the 2, and then we have 2 plus 1. Diba? So, 1, 2, and then here, and then no 6.6 plus 1. So, that's 4. So, therefore, this is 4, this is 6. So, 10. So, tama, 165 possible combinations. That's it. So, now let's go now to our Microsoft Excel to see if this is correct. So, now here's the pattern of what I did. To help you understand what I did here, first, I got 45 combinations. Kasi nga, I did 9 plus 8 plus 10 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Diba? And then after that, when we get to the second element, we have 36. Diba? Because 8 plus 10 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Just like what I did here, diba? So we start up at 9, and then we sum all the numbers together. Then we go to 8, and then we sum up all the numbers together. Then 7, then sum up all the numbers together going downwards. Then 6 and 5, then 4 and 3, and so on. Diba? So 8, and then we have 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Then we sum everything up all together to see if we can get 165. And there you have it. Tama? And there you have it. Alright? Now let's write down all the possible combinations. So to do this is very easy for you. So our first checkpoint is 45. So we need to count 45, diba? So now we have here I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. 9. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I, L has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tama? Then M, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tama? Then N has only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. O has only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. P has only 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 2. Then 1. Ta-da! So that's the pattern. Diba? IRS. And then after that, you get how many combinations? That is 15, diba? So that's 45. So that's 45. Now we go and get 36. So now we go to number 8. So J and K. No more I. So J, K, L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tama? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. LS. M is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. O is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba? And then P is only 3. 1, 2, 3. Q is 2. 1, 2. R is 1. 1. So therefore, we're supposed to get 81. So therefore, we started from the top. Then we go to the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 75. 76. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. Tama. So 81. Now let's continue. Now say goodbye to letter J. And let's go on with letter K. So KLM. So KL to Q, there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, diba? 6, diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, diba? Then KM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Diba? 6, diba? And after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then O is only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then P is only 3. 1, 2, 3. Diba? Tatlo. Then Q is 2. 1, 2. R is 1. KRS. Now, we are supposed to get 28. So 36 plus 28, diba? Remember you wrote that, diba? 81 plus 28 is 109. So therefore, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 106, 107, 108, 109. Tama? Now let's go to letter L. LMN. So OPQRS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then N is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the pattern? Then O is only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. P is 3. 1, 2, 3. Q is 2. 1, 2. R is 1. R. So therefore, letter L is done. So now we should reach the 120th checkpoint. Did we get there? So here it is. 130th checkpoint. So that's 8 and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Diba? 10. And then after that, we are gonna get M and O. Diba? M and O. So now we have 7 more elements. So here we have 5 selections. 2, 3, 4, 5. Diba? Until letter S. MO is only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. MP 1, 2, 3. MQ 1, 2. 1. So therefore, that's plus 15. And that's 145. Because if I remember, that's 135, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Then 20 more. Then we get letter N. NOP, NOQ, NORS. 4. And then PQR. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then Q, 1, 2. And R, isa. Tama. Diba? And now after that, we go to letter O. Diba? So now, how many did we get? This is already the last, diba? So 15 times 10, 150. 151, 152, 153, 4, and 155. Diba? So 155 na tayo. Now we are down to letter O. OPQ. Then RS. Then OQR. And S. And ORS. So therefore, that's 161. Diba? So now we only have 4 more to go. Here we have no letter S, no letter R, no letter Q, and no letter P. And now we're done. So now we've already formulated 165 possible combinations. Now let's go on to formulating the sampling distribution table. To formulate the sampling distribution table, that's very easy. So we start from the lowest, and the lowest we got is 4. And then the highest is 7.93. But since the numbers cannot make any specific pattern, therefore what I did na lang was a pattern that goes like this. So I tried to add from 1 up to 30. And it goes like this, diba? Of course, if I were to do this, it'll take a long time. And I do not know which is the number that fits to which. Diba? Can you see what I'm doing? Hanggang 30, diba? I add the fraction, diba? And then until 7.933. Diba? And now, all I have to do is to count the tally. To count the tally, that's very easy. So you know already what is the function, diba? So I apply the count if formula and then highlight the table where the sampling distribution or the range is involved. And it's in this area, diba? In the list of samples. And then I put column $sign to lock. After putting the $sign to lock, I press the symbol or the number that we're looking for, and it should go like this. And when we add and we work this out, we drag this up with the green slide here. Then we did it for everything. Then we slide to get this item. Then sum of everything up to get 165. That's it. Now after that, we get to formulate it into probabilities so that we can make the histogram. So to convert that into probabilities, that one is very easy, diba? So we just divide the tally over the total. And that's what you do. Diba? So that's what you do here. Diba? So divide by the total of 165. We should come up with something like this. Then I drag everything up. Kaya naman yung $sign is the denominator. Para hindi ako mag-ulit-ulit sa pag-divide. And doing that will give me this. Then when I sum this up all together, I should get number 1. If I don't get number 1, just what I mentioned, class, it's not a probability distribution table. But since I sum up everything and everything adds up to 1, is that a probability distribution table? Yes, it is. Thank you, Lord. Now, after that, I can now solve for the mean. Remember, the mean should be exactly the same. Hindi pwede sila makaiba. Remember, the mean of the population must be the same mean as the sampling distribution. So what was the mean of the population that we got kanina? The mean of the population is 5.87272. Now let's see if we can get this repeated pattern. So to do that, you know already how to get the mean, diba? We get the product of the random variable or value of the random variable or sample mean times the corresponding probability. Diba? And then when we do that, we get something like this. Diba? And then drag everything up all together. Then sum everything up to get the mean. And did we get 5.87272? Yes, we sure did. And if our answer is correct, now we can already proceed. Diba? So what was the value of the mean again? 5.872, diba? Yes, there we have it. And now we solve for the variance. To solve for the variance, mabilis lang to. Diba, remember here, ang ginawa ko ay minus the 5.8722 something. Then from there, I did it for the rest. Kaya naka $sign because when I slide everything up all together, it will already become like that. Then here, I square my answer, and it should turn out to be something like that. Square ko yung mga sagot ko. And then, after I square my answers, I multiply that with the corresponding probability to give me this answer. Then, sum everything up all together to give me the variance. And the sample variance is 0.621135. Taking the standard deviation of your variance, you get 0.78. That's it. Here's when I did the formula na sabay-sabay. Ito yung product of this one. So the product of this one and then multiplied by this one. So this one comes first and then we square it. Then we multiply that with this one. So that's the product. Alright? So let's see if we get the same. variance of 0.62, standard dev of 0.78. Did we get that one right? Yes, we got that one right. Thank you, Lord. Even the standard deviation. Now, we are going to formulate the histogram. So now you already know to formulate the histogram. To formulate the histogram, you already know what to do. Highlight the chart that you want to gather the data, diba? See, that's a lot of columns, diba? So we have 87 columns. And now we insert, then click on the chart that you want to insert. So let's try this one. So yan, our chart should look like this. Alright? And then our data should be like this, diba? So when we select the data, it should be from this point. Ay, where was my chart pala? Let me see muna. Yan, so there's my data. Then we select data and then we click insert. Then we add this, diba? So we for up to 7.9933. So we add that and then we highlight that and then we stop up to here, diba? So up to 87 columns and it should look like this, diba? So yan. Pero doesn't it look too small? So we need to extend it. So to extend it, it's just very easy, diba? So just like that. But I think it's still too short. So let's extend it more. Yan, diba? Now we drag it. So when we drag it to the west, to make life easier, we can zoom out muna. Then we scroll, then we drag. That's what makes life so easier. Alright? So yan. That'll make life easier and much more proficient. Then we drag the chart. Hanggang dito. Tada! And now our chart should look like something like this. Now we can already set the colors. So to set the colors of this one is very easy. So let's set and change color to custom. Then I think because I want it teal, so therefore I want it this way. So therefore I want my blue to be 119. So this is the one. Yan. And then from there we can set the color here. Set the color more, fill colors. So let's try a lighter teal. How about this one? Will that work? Yeah, pwede. That can already work. Okay? But the color seems too bright. So we need to fix something here. So let's change the chart title. So the chart title, we're going to arrange its name. And we're going to make that Miss Ava's Yan, di ba? Pero that's still too dark. So we need to change the color. So the font has to be black. Let's see if it works. So right click font, then choose the color black. Then okay. Okay, so let's try it again. So we click there and then we click on font, and then click on the color. Then we want it color black. Let's see if it works. But it's still too dark. So I think I have to change it to another color which is brighter. So yan, let's try white. Yan, mas makita na. Dito naman, font. Remember, right click, then font, then choose the color, and then white. Yan, very nice. Then, also on the left, we have these numbers, and then we font, right click, color, white. Yan, perfect. And now we already made our histogram. Thank you, Lord. So our histogram should look like something like this. Ta-da! And we're done.